cleared the site, pulled the grade, put the roads in, put the infrastructure in. That particular group went bankrupt. They didn't, bonds weren't released, the company filed for bankruptcy. The builder came in after the fact and went to the planning commission and got homes approved, and he did post a bond. As a matter of fact, at the last council meeting, this city council cashed in part of that bond to agree to fund the landscaping at the boulevards to help bring some closure to this. Albeit it was a small bond, he was just the guy building the houses. The developer, with some of the questions related to the site itself, they went bankrupt probably 8 years ago. I'm just guessing, I don't know. And I don't know the legality of the bankruptcy, if it was a restructuring or if it was a complete bankruptcy, but they're non-existent today.
But I was under the impression that they were in agreement to, complete the subdivision as it was planned previously. Is that not the case?
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Mayor.
Again, I wasn't here, so I don't know. I wasn't engaged in those, and I wish there was a different answer. We would have to dig in deeper and talk to people that are not part of the city any longer to give you that answer. But if a company goes bankrupt and there is no more asset available to get from them, it's very difficult to get anything out of them. That's why the city negotiated with another builder to get them in there to build homes to bring some completion to the project.
Okay, also, is there a punch list that was supposed to be taken care of in order to complete the subdivision?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I'm not aware. We can talk to the planning department or building department to give you that answer, but I don't have that answer today.
Okay, so will I expect to hear from someone very soon regarding these issues? Because like you, people come to you to complain. People,
No.
I'm pretty sure you do get complaints. But what I'm saying is, I get complaints on a regular basis, via email, phone messages, or whatever, or if I'm just walking out my house. Okay? And it's rough. I'd like to get some sort of promise or some sort of confidence from the council and you, Mr. Mayor, in regards to getting answers to these questions. I'd like to get them.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I can promise you we'll give you answers. I can't promise you that you're going to like the answers.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have a couple other neighbors with me who have witnessed this problem, and they may wish to speak also. This is my next one.
If I could, just before you speak, back to your original question about flooding, which is our number one priority right now. We will, I know that tomorrow, I think Greg and Randy said the company that's going to evaluate the pump, they will be out at between 8 and 9. I know they plan to attend that test to see what's happening, and we will continue to work with Wayne County to try to get the overflow issue resolved, which is in that Jocks drain there. And I'm sure you've walked back there and seen how completely incapacitated it is with weeds and other things. Again, I don't think that's the entire problem, but that's not helping matters, that's for sure. The county did say something, though, that I just wanted to bring up, because you may want to look into it. I'm not familiar exactly with the details, but they are governed by the state drain code, and there are restrictions in that code. So we're going to definitely take a look at it between today and tomorrow to become more familiar with what those restrictions are. But I'm only saying that as a precaution that you may want to take a look at it as well.
Okay, in the interim, is there a possibility that we could have the area cleared by the city and then possibly billed to the county?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think we have any jurisdiction over Wayne County drain, and I don't think we can go in there at all without proper permits. But we'll continue to work with the Drain Commission and their office to try to get you some answers and resolution.
I appreciate that, thank you.
And let's keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't rain again.
I got everything crossed.
Thank you.
My name is Richard Johnson. I'm next door neighbors to Tim, basically. I'm right at the lowest point of the subdivision. a challenge to get out of my driveway every day. He covered pretty much everything. The only thing I want to say is I did talk to the builder about some issues we were having in the subdivision, like the street lights getting our lawns torn up and our irrigation systems or the hoses sticking out of the ground. And they are telling me and apparently other people that it's the city's issue to come out and fix that. And they're not taking responsibility for that, and they're blaming the city. So I don't know, I just want to bring that up, that that's what they're doing, and we don't really have any way to dispute that. So I don't know what the case is there. They said the city installed the street lights, and then they ordered the lights, and the city installed them, and was responsible at that point. But that's what I'm getting from the building, so.
Mr. Chairman, it sounds like they're just saying anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. It's unfortunate, but it sounds like they're just trying to defer so they don't have to come back.
So it was the builder, though, that put in the street lights. The city did not have anything to do with
No,
that.
that's correct.
That's pretty much what I understood when I talked to him. You know, we put one right out there my house. And like I said, the third time, my lawn is torn up, and the second time, my sprinkler system is gone. So, yeah, that's what they're saying. They said that somebody else is gonna come back, but the builder's responsible, and we never hear from him again. You know, once again, we're just looking for help.
Understood. Mr. Chairman, again, we'll continue to communicate with Greg and Randy, and we'll work with Laura to see if there's anything we can do to, I know that I think there's a few dollars anticipated to be remaining in the landscape budget. It's not a lot, but, you know, we will try to maximize that amount of money to make sure it all goes back to the development. And then there's some things that we can do that don't necessarily cost a lot of money that we can try to help, you know, bring some closure to it. But the last thing I want you to leave here today thinking is that we can do things that we can't do. And we'll certainly give you honest answers to at least bring some closure to it.
I appreciate it. You know,
Listening to this, I was down there today, and you are in a serious predicament. My concern is that if we have a major incident down there, police need to get in, they're not gonna get in. Fire needs to get in, they're not gonna get in. I consider this an emergency situation, and I realize that the county and the city have to make a decision who's gonna be responsible. My concern is that because of that, it will be delayed, and the situation will continue to exist. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3 days. In the past, we have taken situations that are emergency situations, and we've taken steps in the city. And I realize that we're not supposed to go on private property and do any work because of the liability and things that may occur. However, recently we have. And in this situation, I consider this a very bad situation, and I don't care how it should be solved, whether how this, in my opinion, we should start looking at ways to get involved to help people in this community and the businessmen when situations like this occur. Because in the last few months, these things have happened, and we have taken steps to make sure the citizens are safe. And in this situation, I think we ought to look seriously at it and do everything we can to clear that street. And if it means doing something with the city and fighting with the county later, we should do it. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Councilman, are there specific recommendations that you have that?
Want me to read it to you?
Sure, if you have something, would be helpful.
Well, back,
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm not asking for other examples, I'm saying
Okay.
recommendations to help these gentlemen out today or tomorrow or sometime quickly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The city should step forward because we're there. Do we have the equipment to help probably clear that street? Probably so. I would say so. We have the vehicles down here to help get the water at least off the street to make it safe. We've done it in other locations in this city, and I'll make sure you get a copy of them. We've had other situations where emergencies have existed, and the problem has been taken care of. And if you don't call this an emergency, if you haven't been down there, you should go down there. Half that block is underwater, and they can't get out.
Mr. Chairman? Mr. Mayor? I just want to separate the difference between, I think, what the councilman is referring to, taking a vac truck down there and shooting the lines that are blocked with debris. If that were the case, we wouldn't be standing here having this conversation. They have issues that are outside of that. Taking a vac truck down there right now would not move that water anywhere, any way.
Some that water out.
The vac trucks are designed to shoot the lines.
But they also pump it in.
Mr.
Because you
Chairman?
don't want the other day.
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor. We're trying to find a solution for the subdivision, for the homeowners, not play politics with them. You know, there's a situation down there, and we've been involved with it since it was brought to our attention. And we're going to find how to fix it, but there are steps to get there. And throughout the night last night, it rained heavily again, and so we have this continuation of storms that are happening, and it's compounding the issue. But I can assure you that we'll be there tomorrow morning, and we'll continue to press the county, and we'll continue to help see it to the end.
You don't want to talk politics about this?
Thank you,
I'm more than
Councilman.
happy to talk about it.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you. Thank you both, I appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen.